Hello, everybody. Just walking around in Fort Worth right now. I figured I would make a quick video, talk about how the minimalist lifestyle has been treating me. It's been about 6 months now. 6 months? Maybe a little bit longer than that I've been living minimalist, and by that I mean with not a lot of possessions, small apartment, and I made a video touring my apartment. Since then I've actually moved to Fort Worth from Dallas. I have an even smaller place in Fort Worth and the same amount of stuff. So a couple of findings that I found pretty fascinating in my time so far. The outcomes of living this lifestyle. I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't have like a finite number of possessions, and when I go pick a new one up, I get rid of something else. I don't do that. I understand there are people out there who do that, and it's probably a little bit more strict than what I do. But if there's the biggest advantage that I have discovered about this lifestyle is it really does a good job of helping to reduce decision fatigue. And if you're not aware of what decision fatigue is, it basically is just the concept that over the course of a day, in today's society, there are so many different things that we're doing on a daily basis that require us to make a decision. And the more things that we have to decide, the more mental energy is expended, and the more fatigued we become mentally. So, for instance, if you have a wardrobe full of clothes for many different occasions, you have like 20 different pairs of shoes, 5 different pairs of tennis shoes, so 5 that could be used in the same context. Every time, you're going to go on a run or whatever, well, you're going to need to decide which pair of shoes to wear. So the more situations that you create, the more likely you are to experience decision fatigue. But something that I've noticed is that, if you live minimalist, it's quite, simply put, that there are less things to think about if you have less possessions, less, you have less stuff to clean up, put away, less places to put the stuff. You get the concept, right? So that's the biggest benefit of the minimalist lifestyle, is a reduction in decision fatigue, which I've found fascinating. And this isn't a surprise, really. Something expected comes with the territory. So the biggest benefit I've seen so far is that things are just more simple because I have less possessions. I have less clothes, therefore I don't have to dilly-dally over what I'm going to wear on a given day. I don't have a ton of dishes, so I don't need to, when I open up the cupboard to get a plate or a bowl or something, I don't need to think about it. I just grab the one that's available because it's like the only one. And is this something that the average person is spending a lot of time thinking about? No, probably not. But it's the cumulative effect of that decision making over time that causes decision fatigue. So how about the cons, the negative effects or aspects that I've observed? Well, and this is something that I find extremely fascinating. Sorry, I'm by a major road. It's kind of loud. What I found very fascinating was, I don't have a TV, I don't have stuff like that. By eliminating those things out of my environment, these kind of dopamine producing activities, I became a lot more interested in the remaining dopamine releasing activities in my life, like social media. And as I had barely been interested in social media for the last couple years, and ever since I've been living this lifestyle, I've been scrolling and I've been posting and just getting on there and staying active. Obviously I'm making YouTube videos, but just much more interested in social media because it's kind of, how do I say it? Like it's almost like it stepped in to fill the void. And obviously, social media is a tool that can be used for good or as a distraction. And its use as a distraction has been elevated since I've been living this lifestyle. But overall, not anything super detrimental. So I found that fascinating, and that's more of a, I don't know if I can blame minimalism for that. Maybe more of, that's something that is within my control, right? So if anything, I have not done a very good job of controlling that since, or it's been more difficult to control that since living this certain lifestyle. So those are the two things. But I do plan here to get back into a house. Before I started doing this, and I talk about this in my other videos, before I got into doing this, I lived in a house that I owned in Idaho and had slowly over the time that I lived there fixed certain things up, increased the value, and I really enjoyed that, and it was fairly lucrative financially in the end. So I'm gonna my full intention is to jump back into that here in a little bit, but I'm not gonna go buy a bunch of stuff either. I guess what I'm saying is I'm gonna increase the square footage, because right now I basically live in a shoebox as an experiment. And we'll be changing it up again because I like to keep it fresh. So anyways, just some thoughts, rambling thoughts of today. And anyways, hope you've enjoyed this content, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and until next time, signing off.